Peace is the presence of who we truly are. Peace is not the absence of conflict or the absence of war. I think a lot of times people get confused about what peace really is. And we struggle to create peace because we think that peace has to be the absence of something, and we want to get rid of that thing so that we can be peace. I find it's a whole lot easier when we can acknowledge that peace is truly the presence of our essence, our true being. That's peace.
That we have the power as individuals and as a collective to create a world of peace. And that it is a joyous, fun, exciting, exhilarating process. That it's not a duty, it's not a somber ritual, that creating peace is the essence of who we are. And it is a joy to get to be a piece of creating peace.
We do it for the higher power. We do it for the presence of love, for the presence of peace, which puts us in a transcendent awareness of this tremendous quality. Everything becomes infused with this quality, and we find ourselves living in an atmosphere of peace. This, of course, is assisted if we have a daily practice of affirmative prayer, meditation, study, fellowship of some kind with like-minded people, sacred service. We end up living for something that's bigger than our little self, and we end up living for something that's bigger than one incarnation. We end up living for something that we know we'll never complete. So we're living for the eternal in time. This brings about a great degree of patience within our soul. We do everything with a sense of love and compassion because we're doing everything for eternity.
Peace is an ongoing process. It's something you have to work at within yourself. You can't depend on anybody else to do it. You can't wait for the world to change. You have to go within yourself and unravel the beliefs, the thoughts, the negativity that causes the war, the disharmony within yourself. This is something as human beings we'll probably be doing on an ongoing basis, moment by moment. It's our challenge, but it's also our zen, and it is our spiritual protocol to do.
Peace means that we can all be different, and yet we can accept our differences. Because the main problem people have is they can't accept other people's differences, and that causes conflict. Now, there will be differences, and differences are actually good. So peace to me in that sense means that we feel a connection with someone, but we may not be exactly the same as them. And that connection can take many different shapes and forms. But basically, if we are truly peaceful on the inside, then we won't feel any of that threat of someone else's orientation or the way they view things in the world that's going to actually challenge us in a way we think ourselves.
And so there's no need to struggle to find peace. It's simply a matter of letting go of those things that obstruct you from just naturally expressing and remembering it. So instead of trying to struggle with using the human ego mind to figure out solutions and answers and finding that peace, rather just simply let go into the deeper wisdom that's always already right here and right now, and let that naturally come forth. So peace doesn't require struggle to find itself. Peace requires peace to find peace.
The most important thing when it comes down to it is love. It's loving. That when you strip everything away, I think this is what essentially it's all about. When you strip away all the philosophies of the religions and the concepts, it comes down to loving. Are you loving or are you not? So I feel what I was sharing today and what I feel passionate about is reconnecting with this reality, daring to be bold to express loving and be essentially what we are, which is love. And I feel if we were all to do this and express this and be this, we would change the world. We would do our small part in changing the world.
Before we can expect peace to be around the world or in every country, in every nation, we have to really start with what inside is creating peace. And so for me, it's a couple of things. It's number one, knowing yourself on the inside so that you can express that on the outside. And I'm talking specifically about things like our core values. You know, many people think that they value things like freedom and family and God and things like this. And while I would all agree that that's important, in my experience of watching people's behavior, that's not always what they express as what they value. And so identifying what you truly value at the core and then finding a way to express that on the inside and the outside is one of the best things that I've found for bringing harmony and therefore peace into my life experience.